Okay, before, obviously, and after. What do you guys think of the two-tone thing? The all-gray interior is so dark and dingy, so I thought I'd brighten it up a little bit. What do you think of that idea? Yes, so this seat is done, driver's side. Passenger seat yet to go. The driver's side was obviously in worse shape than that. The bottom was all tore up. So, yeah, all recovered. And this should smooth out a little bit. I pulled it really tight, added some extra padding down there for a little more fluff on my rear. Sitting in here should kind of tighten everything up as well, hopefully. All right, everybody, let's see. I'm going to show you a bit about recovering, reupholstering your seats. So, as I showed you before, that's it when it's done. With the lever, the seat back lever adjuster thing. Basically, there's on the driver's seat, there's these knobs which just have a little ring inside, or a little clip. You could just use some needle nose and pull those out. You don't need a snap ring pliers or anything. And same down here. Same thing there. Passenger side has no such thing. Look at all these surprises. Sunflower seeds. Who knows how long those have been in there? I don't even eat those. Let me take the seat bottom off. Just 2 bolts on each side. Oh, that's grungy. So you can see here on the bottom that there's all these hog rings here that holds everything on. So you want to take a pair of dikes, clippers, and clip all of those off. And then we peel off the old leather. And I'm going to take this seat bracket, the brackets here. You can leave the back on and just pull that leather off. It's going to come off similar to the bottom. But I'm going to take this outside and hose it off and get that clean. It's a mess. Be right back. Alright, continued. So, while the bottom part, or the other part, is outside drying, we're going to remove the hog rings here, and I'll show you how that one looks. Wear some safety glasses. You don't want one of these things flying into your eyeballs, please. And just clip these off. And then I got a pair of needle nose in a container for all the old stuff. So I can grab with the needle nose and just pull these out. I'm pretty picky about cleaning these things up because I know I keep saying it, I just don't want these sharp things around. They're rusty and they will do some damage. Alright, so now we can start peeling this off. And you'll see under here, let's just get all these corners off so you can see better. See this? The bottom tray comes off. Just remember which way it goes, so you put it back on the right way. Alright, so now you can see in here, let me bring it down. We have more of these things where it's connected. See if I can get no shadows in the way. with more of those hog rings in here. Just see one right there, one right there. So you got to take these, snip those off all the way around, and then this thing will come off. And there's also one that goes, another thing that goes across here. Just take pictures, or remember the order you're doing this in, so you can just go backwards when you're putting it back together. All right. So now you can see we got the same deal here. We got 3 in here going across. So we need to get out. Alright, so now we're left with the foam and of course the base. So it's just the reverse. You get the new bottoms, and one more thing, we need to save all of these wires in here. So there's one across here, and then there's one in this section, one in this section, one here, and one here. I think, okay, one across the bottom. Because you're going to use them in your new seat covers. That piece is going to go in the new one also. So we're done with that. Trash bin. So the top comes apart pretty much the same way. You just don't have to remove it from the frame. And then and save your wires and stuff like that. And then we'll get on to giving a sample of how to reinstall stuff. So, all right. So I'm just going to put together this bottom for you right now. I might not make it through all this tonight. I'm getting a bit tired. It's getting late. But I want to get this part done and show you how to do it. And the top is going to be about the same. So you'll get the drill. So I noticed on these seats, they sew in the piping for these things. However, we have 2 long ones and 4 short ones. However, some of these there's no opening. They just stitched everything together. So I just take a razor blade and cut each end to make it so I can slide it. So then I can take one of these guys and slide it in there. So going across is the long ones. And then same thing, there's an opening at each end here, but on the factory seats there's an opening here as well. So I'm just going to slip there so I can get these in. I suppose technically you don't have to do that, but might as well make it as close as we can to what they had from the factory. Going from this way, easier. Oops, wrong one, too long. Short ones. Same thing on this other side. And then same here. They just got it all sewn up where this other long one goes inside this strip of leather here. But the ends are closed, they just have it stitched, so you got to open that up. Alright, then we put the loop back in, and this time I'm going to use the rounded end to push in. So, because the pointed end will just snag on you. And I'm going to add some extra foam to this to pad this out, because this, obviously the foam has just collapsed over the years some, so I'm going to enhance this. These sides are fine, because once you sit on it, they're pretty supportive. I've seen guys add some to the sides as well. It's up to you. You do you. All right, we'll be right back. So I did glue on some more foam just for some extra padding, and it looks like a lot, but it won't be once the cover's on. And I know the cover will fit this way because I already tested it on the first seat I did, so we're good. It won't, it's enough where it'll wrap around and be fine. But it's, yeah, I just wanted some more padding to make up for the collapsed foam because it's old, and make it more comfortable as well. So when I'm sitting on here, this will collapse down, and I think these sides will be fine. I already sat on it in the other chair. It's like it should be. I'm happy with it. But you can add some here, but I just wanted extra here and have this take up any extra space that I had available, rather than adding it here, because yeah, the sides are nice and they help, but this is the main part for me. For those long trips in the seat. Alright, so if you remember, we added in all those bars here, those little steel rods and stuff, and that's where the new hog rings are going to go around. So we'll just do it in the reverse order from how we took it apart. It takes a little finagling and stuff to get it all together, but we'll make it happen. So these hog rings come in these packages, and you have hog ring pliers. So I'm just going to pop a few of these off, have them available. And kind of get everything lined up. And you'll just be able to see where they go. There's little divots down here with the wire that's inside of the foam and the wire that's here, and you clamp the two with the hog ring. And you'll remember from when you took yours apart. So you just kind of got to jam this down in there a bit. These are not the best quality pliers, if I'm honest, but they do the trick. There's 3 spots across here. I'm going to slippery these things up a little bit. There we go. Doesn't hurt to lubricate the pliers once in a while. Now they're working like they should. Alright, so the across one's done. Now we just have to get into these side ones. So you just make sure these things are kind of in a 1/2-8 pattern, and you just make sure that you grab each wire and squeeze them together. So the wire from the seat bottom and the seat cover are held together. And now begins the argument that you're going to have with this cover to get it around. Put the bottom back in place. Give everything a good tug. There. So then just start hooking this back in the way it came off. I'm going to have to use a little muscle. And a little prayers. Doesn't always work. I wanted to show you guys another thing too. Another tip is these things for the headrests. Took me a minute to figure this out, but don't go start prying on those things. I'll show you the trick. So what you want to do Just pull this move a little closer here. Just pull this all the way up, the old cover all the way up. All the way. A couple more hog rings back here to clip off. All right. Now look here. Where did that come from? Random dime just showed up. All right, so now we have it all the way up. You can see where those things are still attached. It's just easier for me to reach with a long pair of pliers, but you could probably get away with anything really. All right. Sorry for that jerky camera. So you can see here where they come through, and you have to squeeze this part and then push it out on both sides. And you have to squeeze from, let me show you one more time. So you can see them there, but they clip into this metal part down here, so you have to squeeze from down here and then give it a little pull or push. Just like anything, some of these things can be a bit stubborn. So we'll see how it goes. Yep, being stubborn. I'm going to put up on its side so I get a good bit of leverage on here. Okay, so that one popped. There's that one. So here's what they look like. And you just got to reach in and pull these out, and obviously save them for next time. There we go. That's what they look like. And then this one's the same as the bottom. You just got to pull out these rods, and these rubber things, these rubber ones will go vertically, and they get hog ringed onto the frame down at the bottom. And there's a metal rod there, and there was one here. I already pulled it out. So front and back on the bottom, one across the back here, and these two rubber pieces. So you save those. And there's a metal one on the front here too. And otherwise, you just reinstall, just like we did the bottom. You just reinstall in reverse order. So yeah, takes some time. I'm not going to say it's a fast process, but it's doable. It's doable. I think the results will be worth it. So, yeah. Hope this encourages you guys to go ahead and give it a shot. I'll put the name of the company where I got this stuff down below, where I got the new seat covers. And yeah, if you want, give it a shot on your own if you feel comfortable with it. So, all right, guys, appreciate you. Thanks so much. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.